So you return triumphant, it would seem? Yes, we return with the remaining scepter part. Splendid. Now we finally have all the elements to perform the ritual of destruction. That's very nice indeed. If you would be so kind to give the box to my guard, they will take it to the vaults until the time arrives. And when will that be? When we're ready. Alright, fine. Have the chest, store it in the vault with the other part. But remember, don't open it, okay? Hee hee. Why would you laugh? Why would you that? Hee hee. That's a bad sound. Goodbye, bad sound. You know, you're awfully cooperative, Cinderia. I'm surprised you didn't insist on performing the ritual immediately. That's because she's lying. What? I thought as much. The chest is just a ruse, so we would try and recover the other part of the scepter. The real chest containing the artifact is kept by my mother at Fargus Windmill. General. At once. I told her about your intentions in order to gain her trust. You might be surprised to learn she was working with the Homogeny agents. The Homogeny? Argus, you betrayed me. No, I fooled you. I was never on your side. But I trusted you. I thought you and I were... You're nothing but a traitor. The only traitor in this room is you, Cinderia. I thought you were just playing heroine, but siding with the Homogeny. Take her away and lock her up in the darkest dungeon we have. Whoa. Do you really need to lock her up in the darkest dungeon? Most of our cells are actually glass cubes hanging from chains from the city perimeter. Given the height and all the sun's heat, it's not a very nice experience. The darkest dungeon is actually the most comfortable one, as it is a regular dungeon in the palace. Ah, did you hear that? It's not that bad. You're getting the coolest dungeon they have. I'm going to tear your face to shreds, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, I'm gonna kick your balls so hard they will come out of your ears. Ow, take her off me. Good temperance. That will be enough, Alana. Don't make things worse for yourself. Stop. There was no preparation for that joke being even an option in this game. That's great. He tried to burst through the doors so hard they just slammed closed in front of him. Nice dramatic entrance, Criterion. Watch your tone. You're in a delicate enough position as it is, Paradigm. Okay, let's try again. What? How'd that happen? There, that felt good. Stop it, Schwarzwind. You don't know what's going on here. I don't. We have taken an elf prisoner who can prove that Argus and Cinderia are working for... the Homogeny. Yes, I know. You know. Agent Windell has been working for me from the start. He just exposed Cinderia as a traitor and delivered the scepter fragment to me. Has he now? Indeed he has. A very efficient and sensible man. He just saved the Coalition from destruction. He's done nothing. Even if it keeps the unexpected at bay, locking the scepter away won't stop the Homogeny. And that's where you're wrong. The Coalition now holds the ultimate dissuasive element in its hands. What nation would dare attack us if they know that we only need to open a box to unleash the apocalypse? This is ridiculous. The scepter is not a truncheon. No, ensured mutual destruction is not a very useful weapon, but it's the best shield we can ever hope for. This is sheer insanity, Imperia. Our agreement obliges you to hand over all arcane artifacts to us. It also gives me full authority on matters regarding security threats from other nations. It's a tie, as they say. Finders keepers, Criterion. You lost. This is not over yet. You're right. Homogeny prisoner you hold captive is a matter of security, so I expect that you will transfer him to my custody immediately. Any objections? No objections. Good. Let's go, Paradigms. That door trick was amazing, though. Argus. Your insecurities will bring this world more pain than all the mistakes of the Infinigon combined. I'm deeply sorry to see what you have become. Goodbye, Argus Windell. Enjoy the fruits of your work. You almost feel bad. The question here, of course, is what side is Argus on? Because he's sided with basically everyone now, and lied to everyone, and he's our protagonist, and we actually can't tell for sure if he's doing things according to plan or not. It's hard to say. Your service to the Coalition will not be forgotten. Yes, I'm sure a lot of people are going to remember what I've done. You did the right thing, Windell. Countless lives will be saved because of your actions. You have brought honor to your family name. Well, thank you, General. You're a sweetheart. Now I must take my leave. We have a lot to plan. Farewell. Goodbye. So, you did it again, huh? Yes, I did it again. Sometimes I wonder if you picked the wrong career with the wizardry thing. You've got a natural talent for backstabbing. I haven't backstabbed anyone this time, okay? Tell that to the Soul Spear girl. Look, it was a ruse. Morty and his people showed up earlier than expected. Had they exposed the homogeny thing before I did, let's just say I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be able to do anything to help her escape and recover the scepter. Okay, so he is still working for the... He is still working with Alana, and this was just his improvising, which makes sense. He turned her in because he saw the airship come by, which was reasonable. Betrayal of a sort. I assume he's telling the truth now because he's literally talking to his own mother, and that would be... Let's not lie to her. She's not even actually involved, actually. So you're saying you're not a backstabber while you're planning to backstab the Chancellor? Well, in a sense, the Chancellor used me as well. Huh, I see. You've been used. I can relate to that, my poor, poor Argus. On the other hand, if everyone who ever used me had rewarded me with an obscene amount of treasure afterwards, you wouldn't see me crying about it. You're not helping. I'm just saying that you've been digging a deeper and deeper and deeper hole for yourself ever since you left the Infinigon. Why stop now that things are looking good? I can't. For two reasons. The one's attached to the thorax of a blue-haired girl. Boobies. You're really enjoying this, aren't you? What can I say? Gotta make the best out of your infrequent visits. Whatever. Yes. Alana is one reason. She doesn't deserve to be abandoned like that. Aha! And the other reason is because the Chancellor's plan won't work for long. Discretion was key here. If everyone knows about the scepter, there's going to be an ongoing parade of adventurers and thieves and merchants trying to get their hands on it. Not to mention that she has turned it into a political element. It's only a matter of time before the internal fight starts. You always see the problem with other people's plans. What are you going to do with the scepter? That's actually a really good point. She sees the problems in other people's plans, but it always screws up his own too. Alana said the homogeny is a ritual to destroy it. The elves? I'm surprised. Yes, the scepter is a divine heritage, and it is thought to be indestructible. If they really know a way to... I don't mean about your magical nonsense, I mean that I'm surprised that you're willing to work with the elves. But I guess that explains the girl who came along asking for you. A girl? Yes, an elf. She told me that you should meet, that she has something to tell you. Where? A road inn. Oh, I thought you were going to say at Road Inn. No. A road inn, southeast. She says something about baths, and the city was becoming too dangerous for her. I guess I better get going then. She might be of assistance. I'll keep your oh-so-impure reward safe till you change your mind about it. After subtracting a portion, you know, for destroying my furniture and messing up my business relationships. Fair is fair. Is that supposed to say mother? I'll just assume it's supposed to say mother, because that sounds weird. Fair is fair, mother. Take care. Don't get killed, son. It's not like I can make a replacement anymore. Oh. Reference to being old and not being able to reproduce anymore. Should you really keep the... I know it's probably for the scene itself, but giant piles of gold are probably not going to fit very well around here. Can I talk to you? Hey, Argus, want a drink? Yeah. Sure thing, thanks. Here you go. No real follow-up necessarily. He puts his hand through his face. That's so unfortunate. Just wanted to see if there's any conversation to be had. The guard's gone. I guess I can just walk up here now. I can't do anything up here. The guard was not really blocking any actual access, apparently. I'd be concerned about keeping all that gold out in the open. Seems like I could get in trouble. Someone could probably steal it. We're gonna have guests at some point. People are gonna come walking into that building. Sooner or later, you're gonna have, you're eventually gonna have, patrons, I assume. It's gonna be hard to move all that gold without leaving any of it behind. Oh well. Hey, there's the girl, probably, I assume, because of the white hair. And she's with Kree, who is presumably naked right now in a bath. So that's a surprise. And Kree is up and comfortable and close up with Luffy and Nami down there, which is a bit of a surprise. And Geralt of Rivia. It's an eventful little room. What strange clientele this inn has.
Argus, good to see you. Where's Alana?
She couldn't come. Shame? Care to join us? I don't know, there's a rat in the water. What kind of god mocks his creations like that, Evelator? So Kree's been spilling the beans, huh?
Did I do something wrong? I thought they were on our side.
Don't worry, Kree. I know you're struggling to keep the pace. I mean, revealing that the rats came from him is the biggest non-issue ever because no one cares or knows about the actual rat city anyway. Will you join us or not? Fine, might as well get comfortable if we're gonna have a chat. Psych, now you're unarmed and I can stab you. No. This feels so good. You can't imagine how much I needed this. Name's Niveth, by the way. Don't get too lost in the pleasure of the flesh. The homogeny isn't very accommodating about this. Screw the homogeny. I quit. I'm deserting. I've seen too much to just blindly believe anymore. You guys are not the monsters I thought you were. I'm not going to spend my life fighting a religious war I no longer believe in. What changed your mind? A lot of things. The final nail in the coffin was your criterion. Morty? Really? That look he gave me. His eyes had a steely look. It was the look of a man who found purpose without faith. It's also the gaze of a cheap supervillain considering the new look he's sporting. With no empire, the Infinigon is unleashed, and they are serving the imperative more radically than ever. They're playing a very dangerous game. But they're playing it by the rules of reason, not faith. I must admit that I'm tempted to try and join this Infinigon of yours and learn the ways of your wizards. Good luck with that. Morty's not exactly openly minded towards your people. Can't really blame him. Compared to your culture, the homogeny is very powerful, but quite grim. You view life as worth living. Back home, they make it seem life is merely a period before death. It's all about faith, and you can't even ask questions. Did our God merely create us just so we could serve? Why make us fallible and then blame us for not being perfect? Why give us reason and then expect us to ignore it and bow to blind faith? Why make us crave the very things he forbids? I think I like this lady. And why does he make us pee in our food? I'm almost afraid to ask, considering you're the only one they worship. Please do not pee in your food, Kree. Not in my name, or anyone else's for that matter. Well, we are allowed to just sprinkle water over our food as a symbolic pee nowadays, but there are still some radicals out there. The more I learn about my worshippers, the more convinced I am that if there really is a god up there, other than the one trying to kill us, he might be observing us while scratching his head in complete amazement. If there's someone up there, they are probably something like Temperus, or a higher level version of you. They don't deserve any worship at all. Look, as much as I'd like to share the joys of your epiphany, I don't really have time to hear classic newfound atheist zealous whining. I'm here for the scepter. Why did you want to talk to me? Very well, I just felt like I had to tell you this. Do not take the scepter to the homogeny. Why not? There is no such thing as a ritual destruction. Our superiors merely wanted information about the state of this coalition and to secure the scepter if possible. To tidy up any loose ends. The ritual was just an elaborate lie they told Alana. I feared that might be the case. Too convenient. We were supposed to watch her from a distance as she played the adventure. Needless to say, we didn't do a very good job. So now we have no solutions, basically. That's not really good for us. In any case, if you take the scepter to the Homogeny, they'll simply lock it away and restart the war right from where they left off. I'm glad you're telling me this, but the scepter is in the hands of the Chancellor now. She thinks the ensured mutual destruction trump card will keep the Homogeny at bay, and she imprisoned Alana for working with you. Oh, that's bad. Sorry, but that plan of hers won't work for long. Why not? Because religious fanatics do not fear death. Ensured mutual destruction is not an effective threat against them. They will hesitate for a while, seek an alternative, but they'll eventually force the situation. Here's another valid reason to add to the pile. I need to recover the scepter and rescue Alana, and I have no idea where to start. Maybe I can help with that. I'm all ears. I'm surprised that she didn't get offended by the term "I'm all ears" because she has pointy ears and is an elf, but they didn't go that way, I guess. I have some maps of Thalos sewers and catacombs. If you dig in a few specific places, you should be able to access the sealed areas of the palace, the former Infinigon University. From there, it should be easy to dig another hole into the vault. I see. It could work, but I'll need a team of seasoned diggers who won't mind betraying the coalition. And it's not like I can just place an ad in the paper. It's not like I am the god of an entire group of people who have done nothing but dig underground their entire lives. I could talk with some of the guys. I'm sure they'll be happy to help. We know a thing or two about digging through catacombs. Yeah. A worker squad of completely unknown species showing up in Thalos all of a sudden would really be discreet. We'll be careful. We know how to move around unnoticed. Alana needs us, Argus. There's no one out there you could trust more than us for this. We are your people. Fuck it, let's do this. Take them to Fargus Windell, the cabaret. We'll disguise them. We'll discuss our next step in there. But for the love of all that's good and sacred, be discreet. You can count on us, Evolutor. Sounds like a plan, but I won't be joining you. By now, the Chancellor must know everything about us since they captured my boss. So everyone must be on full alert. Besides, this is not my problem anymore. You don't want to be free of your colleague. No. I'm sorry, he said you don't want to free your colleague. No, he's an idiot. So true. Is there anything else you want to talk about? No, not really. I'll leave you to your journey of self-discovery. Have fun with all your decadence. Oh, I will. Well, there we have it. We have a plan. Kree is going to help us tunnel. Well, we kind of have a plan. We're kind of screwed for some of the solutions of how to deal with the staff. It'll be interesting to see if this game goes for an anticlimax or not. When he betrayed Alana and gave them the scepter, I half expected the game to just roll credits right there. Like how much of that's how you do parody. That's how that's right up there with that would be right up there with how it should have ended, the YouTube channel that originally went viral for having that video where they skipped the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy by just using the eagles to throw the ring directly into the volcano and just skipped the entirety of everything. And it's like, that was easy. Can you imagine if we walked all the way there? Someone would have died. All that stuff. But that's the kind of anticlimax ending I was kind of half expecting to happen here when he just gave them the scepter. It's like, nope. Like he gives this big plan that gives all this lip service to Alana about what's going to happen, and then just walks over and just throws the scepter to the people that are just going to safekeep it. Like that kind of thing that would have been funny. That would have been funny if it just rolled credits right there and just ended. It's like, haha, no heroic sacrifices, no big boss battle, no taking down the Soul Spear's ghost, whatever you want to call him, the unexpected, just boop, locked it back up. Nope, we're done. The end. And like it was especially funny because like that guy, or the guy that used to think of us as a brother, even got locked. He even got halted by bureaucracy and politics, basically. Like that being the ending would actually be kind of funny. Argus Windell. What's with the insane party? You tell me. They claim to be your followers. They? What are they dressed like? What are they dressed like? What are they dressed like? They're not dressed like anything. That dance. Wow, look at that table dance. Wow. Whoa, they even brought the giants. There's they're all dancing differently too, which is kind of neat. That's a lot of different dances to go through, actually. One of them's kind of belly dancing. They're doing little shuffles up on the stage. Someone apparently plays the lute, although he's not touching any of the strings. The guy in the background, his lute's just kind of floating in midair, so that's interesting how that's happening. Oh, there's a third dance. Yeah, the person on the table does the sort of belly dance thing. A few of the giant guy and the guy on the left stage are both doing the same dance in perfect synchrony with each other. But then there's one guy at the bottom of the stairs that does a little like step thing. Sorry, I don't know what to call basically any dances. Just identifying a few different ones. Oh, there's a guy in the middle of the crowd too that's also doing his own dance, which involves a lot of stepping forward and stepping backwards. There's a lot to take in here. Also, apparently, rat people know how to play a guitar and a piano, so that's news too. Anyway, I kind of thought they were going to be disguised in funny ways, but they're just armored rats, so that's alarming.
They said you sent them. So I offered them some hospitality and a few drinks, and now they're out of control.
They probably never had a drink before. You gave them alcohol? They've been living in a sewer their whole lives. They don't even know what the thing is.
Perhaps you will spend a few moments to give a crash course on mutant culture next time before you send a legion of monsters to my home. I had to lock up the place. The expenses are coming right out of the treasure of yours, you hear?
Fine. Let me talk to Kree. Here's a question. Can I identify Kree in the crowd? Because there are a bunch of rat models. Well, I mean, a lot of them wear armor. No, I think that's Kree on the table, actually. He's got a weird... Yeah, he's got a belt that goes across his chest that carries a bunch of different items. That's probably him, I think. A lot of rats here.
Hello, Evolutor.
Look at this big guy. The Mustacheers will serve you with honor, Evolutor. That was really funny when they... when we went after those guys and the... wait, was it Mouseketeers? No, it's Mustacheers. It's probably because of the, oh, Mouse to Cheers. Mouse to Cheers? I just remembered when we first encountered those guys, and they were like, I'm sorry, I have to kill you. Like, I really felt bad. We were fighting the mouses, all the rat people, and they were, like, afraid to, they didn't want to attack us, but they were, like, required to by their god, as far as they could tell, which ironically was me. So I think this is Kree. Kree, you call this discretion?
Argus, hey guys, the Evolutor's here.
All hail the Evolutor, and the Mother of God, provider of the elixir of happiness. All hail the grandmother of all. Oh dear, she's going to kill me. Kree, we need to talk now.
Hold on, I'll summon the Elder. He'll want to be part of this too. Elder! What? The Evolutor wants to talk to you. I'm coming.
Summon. That's one way to summon someone, I guess.
Evolutor, we are glad that we can finally unravel the mystery of beer. We found a lot of bottles marked beer in your sacred mound, but they were always empty.
I'm glad you enjoy it, but I would tell your people to stop drinking if I were you. We have a job to do tomorrow, and if you drink too much, you'll be very sorry.
I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, here's the map.
Why did it pan over there? That was weird. Oh, to have a map appear on the table. I guess that was weird. Usually the game will, like, fade out or something. We will start digging in the basement of this building through that door. That will take us to the catacombs. From there, we should be able to access the abandoned levels of the university. We'll have to be careful there. The place is dangerous. Then we need to dig a third tunnel to reach the treasure room. I'll handle everything once we're in the palace. I'll recover the scepter and rescue Alana.
I'm glad the Evolutor himself is counting on our advice for such a glorious task.
Speaking of advice, how's your society doing? Did you do what I suggested?
Well, sort of. A bit of this, a bit of that. It is a difficult time, you know, a lot of sudden change.
So you're telling me that you've essentially done whatever the fuck you wanted and wiped your collective ass with my advice?
Well, honestly, we saw that more as a symbolic thing, to grant you a sense of importance and relevance. Surely you didn't expect us to build our whole society around a poorly worded and vague statement. I mean, glory to you and all that, but I don't know, we have a life of our own. I'm sure you'll understand.
I'm starting to see the appeal of a doctrine of hell. Because of the punishment.
Just let me take a look at the plans, don't worry. I'll take care of your excavations. You can relax and let me work.
Yeah, relax. Easy to say. Well, I have a rat society, but they're not exactly slaves or soldiers or anything, because they've kind of gone on to do whatever they feel like. But hey, at least they're alive, and they were able to find their way here, which was kind of a travel, so that's neat at least. Where is Viola? Mommy! Mother dearest! Oh, they cleaned up nicely. All the gold's still on the floor, that's weird. You're gonna lose all the gold. What goes old Nisa? That's not who I'm trying to talk to. No, stop. There we go. So you're really doing this? Yes, there's little choice. You drilled a hole in my basement. You know that it's going to be pretty easy to point the finger at us when they find out someone stole the scepter. The public thinks the scepter is still lost, and no one even knows who Alana is. You're safe. Oh, I am safe, but not because of what you said. I have enough blackmail information to last a lifetime, and the Carnagios will be on my side with all their influence. However, that won't be enough to save your neck once the Chancellor finds out. You'll have to disappear. I'll make some arrangements while you're busy. Thank you, Mom. Very well. If you think we need to do this to avoid another desperate stand, do what you must. You'd better be ready. This door is the point of no return. That's as blunt as they can be about a point of no return, just flat out saying it. Okay, let's finish this. It is time. Please be careful, son. I've grown fond of you. I share that feeling. I'm pretty fond of myself as well. You'd better get a move on before this becomes too emotional. Goodbye, Mom. I'll see you in a few hours. Let's hope so.